Hi everybody. In this video, I am going to explain you how to configure a DHCP, a DNS, web server and RIP protocol. We are going to use Packet Tracer software, and this is going to be a very simple topology and all the concepts whatever I told. So the DHCP concept, DNS, web server, RIP, everything we are going to configure in the same topology. Now, so let me design the topology diagram first. I'm going to take a server. So this is the DHCP server for the first network. I'm going to have some PCs here. So let it be, I have 5 PC, 5 host. I'm going to take it in this network. Then I'm going to use a router here. So this is the gateway for this network. Okay, so all the PCs, I'm going to connect it with a switch. Then I'm going to connect it with the, I'm going to connect the server with the switch, and switch will be connected to the router. Okay, so that means this is a private network, or we can say this is a local area network. Okay, so now, so let me take a switch. So let me take a 24 port switch. So this is the switch I'm taking. All the devices, that means the PC, I'm going to connect it with the switches, with the switch. So the server also, I'm going to connect it with the switch. Switch is connected with the router. So our first network, that means the first LAN or a local area network is ready now. So we design, okay, but we have not assigned any IP address. Physically it is ready, but logically it is not ready. So I'm going to change the name of this server, and this is going to be my DHCP. Okay, so DHCP. So this is the first network I'm going to have. Now I'm going to include one more router here. Okay, let me include one more router here. So router to router, I'm going to connect. So router to router, it is a serial connection. Okay, so serial connection is used here, or serial cable is used here. Then I'm going to have a DNS machine here. So in this network, let me have a DNS machine. So the DNS machine, I'm going to connect it with this router. I'm going to change the name of this device. That means the server. I'm going to change it as DNS. So this is my DNS machine. Now, let me take another router. So this is the next router. I'm going to connect. So two routers. So actually I have selected the empty. You should not select the empty one because there is no interface here. Okay. So let me go for the PT. I'm going to connect the router. So router to router, again it is a serial connection. So this is a DNS machine I'm having here. Now let me have another network here, or I can have a web server. I'm going to have a web server here. So let me have a web server here, and I'm going to connect the web server with router 3. So this is a web server. So let me change the name www. Okay, it.com. So this is the web server I'm going to have here. Then I'm going to have a final network. So let it be a single PC I'm going to have here. I'm going to connect it with this router. So this is the topology. I'm going to use it here. Okay, to explain all the concepts: DHCP, DNS, web server, and RIP. Okay. Now, how many networks available in this topology diagram? So that is a basic thing. So the basic question is how many networks available. Okay, let us count the networks. This is network 1, that means the first network. This is network 2, network 3, network 4, network 5, and network 6. So totally there are 6 networks available. Okay, 6 different networks available in this topology diagram. Now, so the first step number 1, designing the topology. So the topology is now ready, it is physically ready. So the next step is we have to assign the IP address. Okay, IP address, assigning the IP address for all the devices. That is going to be a very important one. So step number 2, okay, so step number 2 is we have to plan the IP address, or we can assign the IP address. So directly I'm going to assign the IP address. So after a little plan, okay, I'm not going to write it, okay, the planning in the paper. I'm just going to have a rough planning. Then simply I'm going to assign the IP address. So this is the second step. Now, so let me plan the IP address. That means for the first network, I'm going to use the IP address. Okay, for example, this is I'm going to say 10 network. So 10.0.0.0. So this is the IP address, okay, that I'm going to use it here. Then for the second network, I'm going to use the IP address, or I'm going to say it is a 20 network. And this one I'm going to have it, I'm going to take it as 30 network. And this is, let me consider this as the 40 network. Okay, so this one, let me take it as a 50 network. So a rough plan I'm going to have like this, and this is going to be the 60 network. So totally 6 networks available. So I'm started with 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, I'm going like that. So easy to remember. Okay, so now almost, okay, a rough plan is ready. Okay, this is the IP address that we are going to, okay, we are going to give it to our the devices. Now, so now what I'm going to do, let me start from 60. Okay, so I have only one PC here, and I have a gateway here. So let me just go to the PC5. I'm going for the desktop IP configuration. So the IP address for PC5 is, so this is 60 network. So I'm going to use 60.0.0.1 is IP address. So subnet mask 255.0.0.0, because it is a class A IP address. Okay, so I just, if you click, automatically it is going to, okay, show that subnet mask in packet tracer, but not in the real router. In real router, the scenario will be different. You have to type the subnet mask. Okay, but this is a simulator software, so automatically it generates. Now, default gateway. So what is the default gateway means? The IP address of your, okay, router. So now let it be 60.0.0.2 is IP address. So 60.0.0.2 IP address you have to assign for your router. Now I completed the configuration here. So that means static IP address we assigned here. Okay, a very simple method, static IP address from the desktop we assign the IP address for PC5. Now let me go to the interface, that means the gateway. So this is the gateway. Fast Ethernet 1/0 is the gateway for this network. So let me go to Fast Ethernet 1/0. So just click the Fast Ethernet 1/0. Go to the CLI. Okay, you can use command line interface and you can write the commands, or you can use it in the config also. Directly you can assign the IP address. So let me go for the config. Fast Ethernet 1/0. Okay, 1/0 IPv4 address. So the IP address is 60.0.0.2. So this is the IP address we, okay, we already fixed that. Then subnet mask 255.0.0.0, and then make the port status on. So if you make the port status on, automatically you can see the colors, okay, it is changed to, okay, green. Now, so let me go to the next one. So this is the web server, and this is going to be the 50 network. So let me have 50.1 and 50.2. Okay, these are the two IP address I'm going to have it here. So let me go to the server, desktop, IP configuration. So the IP address is 50.0.0.1 is IP address. Subnet mask 255.0.0.0. So default gateway here I'm going to have it 50.0.0.2 is the IP address I'm going to have it. So I fixed 50.2. Okay, that is the IP address for the gateway. So let me just note down here. So what is IP address of the server means? This is 50.0.0.1 is the IP address. Now let me go to the gateway. So this is Fast Ethernet 0/0. You can go to the router, config Fast Ethernet 0/0. So what is IP address means? The IP address is 50.0.0.2 is IP address. Okay, subnet mask. Then you can make the port status on. So we completed the second network also. Okay, the second network, that means the 15 network also we have completed assigning the IP address. Now let me go to the next network. The next network is the 40 network. So here we don't have any host. Okay, there is no host connected here. This is router to router connection. So in a router to router connection, in one end you have to fix the clock rate. Okay, the default clock rate you have to fix. Okay, now I'm just going for the router to router configuration. So what is the name of this interface? You can see here, this is serial 2x0, and here you can see 3x0 with clock rate. So wherever the clock rate is available, you have to fix a clock rate. So clock rate, default clock rate, I'm going to take 64,000 is the default clock rate I'm going to fix for my topology diagram. Okay, now, so 2x0, 3x0. So let me go to 2x0, serial 2x0, and this is in the IP in the network 40. Okay, this is the 40 network. So let me give 40.0.0.1 is IP address, subnet mask, port status on. Now, so I completed for this particular interface. Okay, I completed the configuration, IP configuration. Now let me go to serial 3x0. So go to the router, go to the config 3x0. So here the IP address is 40.0.0.2. I'm going to take already one we already assigned here. Okay, we already assigned one here, 40.0.0.1. It is already assigned here. 40.0.0.2 I'm going to assign to this particular interface. Okay, serial 3x0. Now, so subnet mask 255.0.0.0 because it is class A, but okay, class A IP address. Now you can see the clock rate. So I have to assign the clock rate. So I already told by default I'm going to have 64,000 okay clock rate. In some other lab we will discuss about this. Okay, how to change this, what will be the effect of the clock rate, changing the clock rate. We will discuss it later. Now I'm just going for the port status. So click the port status on. So IP address, subnet mask, clock rate, and make the port status on. So once if you configure, automatically you can see the interface is now enabled. Okay, so you can see it in the green color, interface enabled. So let me go to the next network. Next network is a 30 network. So this place you can see I have a DNS machine. Okay, here, and also I need to assign the IP address for this interface. Okay, so let me go to the DNS machine. I'm going for the desktop. Okay, all are static IP address. We are assigning only the static IP address. Okay, so far starting from 60 to now static IP address we are giving. Now I'm just going for the desktop IP address. So this is available in okay network 30. So I'm going to use IP address 30.0.0.1. Okay, is IP address I'm going to configure okay for this machine, and the subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. This is a subnet mask, and the gateway is 30.0.0.2 is a gateway. Okay, so this is the IP address. I have to fix it for my gateway for the router. Now DNS server IP address. Okay, so this is the DNS machine. Okay, this is the DNS machine. So if you want, you can configure the DNS machine here, but the same machine is going to act as the DNS. So let it be 30.0.0.1. Okay, 30.0.0.1 is going to be the DNS server IP address. So now IP configuration is over for this machine, for the DNS machine. Now I want to fix the IP address. Okay, I want to assign the IP address okay for this interface. That means for the interface. Okay, so here you can just keep your mouse here. Okay, it is fast Ethernet 0x0. So for fast Ethernet 0x0, okay, I want to assign the IP address. Okay, so now let me go to the router. Just double click the router. Fast Ethernet 0x0. Now IP configuration. So this is already 30.1. We already fixed the 30.0.0.2 is the IP address. Subnet mask 255.0.0.0. So port status you can make it on. Okay, now you can see, so the DNS machine is ready. Okay, and this also fast Ethernet 0x0 also you already assigned the IP address. So let me note down the IP address. Okay, so this will be very useful. I'm just going to note down the IP address. What is IP address we are using here means 30.0.0.1 is IP address of our DNS machine. Okay, so the next one I'm going for the next network. So the next network here, okay, this is the 20 network. So here we have only router to router connection, and you can see the name of the interface serial 2 by 0 2 by 0. Okay, so click the router, go to the config serial 2 by 0. Okay, and check the clock rate. I didn't check the clock rate. Yeah, this is the clock rate. Okay, you have to fix the clock rate here, and here we no need to fix the clock rate. Okay, actually this is okay, a concept is available. It is called the DTE end and DCE end. Okay, if you take a router, one end will act as the DTE end, the other end will work as a DCE end. We will discuss about this in the types of cables. Okay, what type of cable we have to connect it for the devices. There are straight through cable, rollover cable, okay, the serial cables. So there we can discuss about it. So here 2 by 0. Okay, so serial 2 by 0, and this place is 2 by 0, and this is with clock rate, and here there is no clock rate. You don't need to give the clock rate. So click the router here, go to serial 2 by 0. Now IP address, this is in network 20. So 20.0.0.1 is IP address. So subnet mask, and default subnet mask or default clock rate, I'm going to have 64,000 default clock rate and make the port status on. Okay, so I just make the port status on. So this interface we completed 2 by 0, and this 2 by 0, let me click the router 2 by 0. Okay, IP address, the IP address is okay 20.0.0.2 is IP address. Okay, because already one we assigned here, subnet mask 255.0.0.0. So we no need to fix any clock rate here. So just make port status on. So now you can see, okay, it is enabled now. So the next concept is, I'm coming to the last network. This is the 10 network. So for this network, we have to assign the IP address. Now here what I'm going to use means, I'm not going to use the static method. Okay, I'm not using the static method of assigning the IP address. I'm going to use the DHCP, dynamic host configuration method. Okay, so DHCP stands for dynamic host configuration. So using this method, you can assign the IP address, okay, by using a server. Okay, a server will be used. Automatically the server will assign the IP address to all. Okay, you no need to do it manually for all the devices. If you fix your DHCP machine, it is enough. Automatically there are some steps available, DORA steps, DORA steps. So by using the DORA step, okay, DORA, there are 4 different steps available. So by using that steps, okay, it will identify, okay, it will identify, okay, it will identify, and you can what to say, automatically every device will take the IP address. Okay, this is the concept. So now we have to use the DHCP here. Okay, I'm going to use the DHCP to assign the IP address to all the devices. Okay, what is the first step here we have to do means, you have to fix a static IP address for your DHCP server. Okay, for the DHCP server, okay, I'm going to configure a static IP address. Okay, a static IP address I'm going to configure. So how to fix the static IP address? So go to the DHCP. Let me go to the desktop. Okay, IP configuration. Now IP address. We are in 10 network. So let me take 10.0.0.1. So the first IP address. Okay, this is the first host ID in the 10 network. I'm going to use, okay, IPv4 address 10.0.0.1. I'm going to use it. Okay, I'm going to assign it for my DHCP server. Then subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Then gateway. So the gateway I'm going to make it as 10.0.0. Let it be 100. Okay, this is the gateway. So that means 10.0.0.100 is going to be my router. Okay, for the router I have to fix this IP address. For this machine, for the DHCP machine, okay, we assigned the IP address 10.0.0.1. Okay, we fix this IP address. Okay, subnet mask is 255.0.0 because it is class A. Now you can see DNS server IP address. So what is the DNS server IP address? Now I'm going to fix the DNS server IP address. I'm going to fix. Okay, so we already configured a DNS here. Okay, we already configured. Okay, we just assigned the IP address. DNS configuration is not over, but DNS machine is ready. Okay, the DNS machine is ready. For the DNS machine, we have given 30.0.0.1. Okay, that is IP address. Now I'm going to use the same IP address. 30.0.0.1 is my DNS. Okay, DNS server machine. So This is the static configuration for our DHCP machine. Okay, the configuration is over. Okay, now I'm just closing this. Okay, so for DHCP manually, that means static method we used to assign the IP address. Now I want to enable the DHCP service in this machine. Okay, DHCP service I'm going to enable in this machine. So how to enable the DHCP service means, so I'm just going for in the real, okay, servers, it is entirely a different concept. Okay, you have to do it in a different way, but in Packet Tracer it is going to be in a very simple way. Okay, don't think if you learn everything in Packet Tracer you can do it in practically in the real devices, means no. So in real devices things will be different, but here the things are different, but you can understand the concept, what is that, how it is working. Okay, so you can understand basic things about that particular concept. DHCP means what, how it is going to work. Okay, so the basic things you can learn here to understand what is that. Now, so already static IP address we have given for our DHCP machine. So the next step is I want to enable the DHCP service here. So double click. Okay, I'm going for the services. Okay, let me go to the services. So in the services tab, you can see these are all the services you can run on a single server. HTTP servers service, DHCP, DHCP v6, TFTP, DNS, syslog, okay, AAA, NTP, email, FTP, IoT, VM management, okay, radius. So these are all the different types of services we can run, or different types of servers you can have in a very simple way. Okay, so in Packet Tracer, so now what I want means I need DHCP. Okay, I just click on the DNS, okay, DHCP. So I'm going to enable the DHCP now. Now you can see by default the service is off. Okay, it is not offering any DHCP service. So I want to make it on. So we'll make it on later, no problem. We will fix, okay, the settings, we can do it, then you can make it on now. So name of the pool. So you can create a pool, a IP pool we can create. What is a pool name? Pool, okay, the common general meaning for pool is a collection. It's a collection of something. Okay, if it is a collection of water, we are going to say it is a swimming pool. Okay, if it is a collection of IP address, I'm going to say it is a DHCP pool. So I'm going to create a DHCP pool. Okay, the name of the pool, okay, server pool. I'm not going to do any change. Let it be. I use the same, the default name. Then what is the default gateway? Okay, what is the default gateway for this network? For this 10 network, what is the default gateway means? We already fixed this default gateway, okay, for the DHCP server. So what is the default gateway means? We already decided it should be 10.0.0.100. Then what is the IP address of the DNS machine? So the DNS machine is, okay, this is the DNS machine 30.0.0.1. So let me use this, okay, 30.0.0.1. This is the IP address for the DNS machine. Then what is the starting IP address? Starting IP address 10.0.0.1. I cannot start 1 because 1 I already assigned for my DHCP server. So let me start with 2. Okay, for DHCP server we already assigned the IP address 10.0.0.1. So I'm going to start with 2. Then subnet mask 255.0.0.0 because this is class A IP address. I'm not going to do any subnetting and all. So directly, okay, I'm using it is a class full IP address. Then maximum number of users, there are 512. So if you want, you can change. Okay, you can change the number of users. How many number of users you can have means 2 to the power of 24. Okay, 2 to the power of 24 minus 2. So this many number of IP address you can have here. Okay, because this is class A. So class A is providing a huge number of IP addresses it is providing. So 2 to the power of 24 IP address we can have. Okay, now maximum number of users, okay, up to I'm going to have, let it be 200. Okay, 200 IP address is enough. I'm going to take it. Then the remaining thing, okay, TFTP server, WLC address and all. Okay, I'm not addressing this now. We will see it in some other labs. So just you can save it. So already there is a pool available, the existing pool available, server pool. I'm doing some changes in that pool. Okay, so I fixed what is my default gateway, what is my DNS server IP address, what is the the starting IP address, subnet mask, maximum number of users. Okay, all these things I fixed. Okay, then I'm going to make this particular service on. So once if you make this service on, okay, this device, that means this machine is going to be, okay, it is going to on, it is ready to provide the DHCP service. Then you can change the interface here. Okay, you can see, suppose if you have two connections, three connections, you can fix which interface, fast Ethernet 0 by 0, 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3. So which interface, okay, you can access the name of the interface also you can mention. But fortunately, okay, we have only one connection here, fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So by default, you have to select that. Okay, so this is how to configure the DHCP. So the entire DHCP configuration is ready. Now, so the DHCP machine is now ready to assign the IP address to the devices. So before that, let me go to the router here and I want to configure the IP address for this. That is a gateway I want to configure. So gateway, we have to configure only manually, we have to configure. Okay, so fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So this is the name of your interface, fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So let me go to fast Ethernet 0 by 0. Okay, let me go to the fast Ethernet 0 by 0. Okay, I'm giving the IP address. So the IP address is 10.0.0.100, then subnet mask 255.0.0, then make the port status on. Okay, so I just completed, okay, I just fixed the gateway IP address, but for all this PC, we have not configured the IP address. So let me go to one by one. So go to PC 0, desktop, IP configuration. So here we no need to use static method now. You can go for the DHCP method, okay, because already the DHCP is available. It is ready to offer the IP address to you. So just click the DHCP. So from the DHCP machine, okay, automatically it is going to take the IP address. You can see starting from 10.0.0.2 to 255.0.0.0 is the subnet mask. Default gateway is 10.0.0.100 is the default gateway, and DNS server is 30.0.0.1. Okay, so the entire thing by using the DHCP we got it. The same things I'm going to repeat for all the other, okay, devices. Go to the DHCP, sorry, desktop, and here I'm taking the DHCP. So automatically the next IP address is going to be assigned. So you can repeat this thing, the same thing you can repeat for all the devices. Okay, for all the devices I'm doing the same thing, I'm repeating the same thing for all the devices. So your DHCP machine is assigning the IP address to all. So second step, step number 2, what is that means? Assigning the IP address. Okay, assigning the IP address is over. So this is the step number 2. Now, next step, step number 3 is we have to make, okay, that means we have to configure the web server. Okay, I want to configure the web server. This is step number 3. So how to configure the web server means, so this is the web server www.it.com. Okay, this is the web server I'm going to use. So let me just click on that. Okay, so double click. You can see config. The name is already changed, www.it.com. This is the name of this machine. Now I want to enable the DHCP service. I want to enable, not DHCP, sorry, HTTP. So we have to enable the HTTP service, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So HTTP service we have to enable here. So once if you enable the HTTP, then only this will become a HTTP server. Now go to the services, you can see here, okay, by default already the HTTP service is on. It is already on. So HTTP is also on, HTTPS is also on. So HTTPS, it is the secured, okay, it is secured. So I just make off, I don't want, okay, HTTPS, I want only the HTTP I want. Then you can see there are some HTML files, already there are some HTML files they are having here. So these HTML files will be loaded, okay, when you access this server it.com, okay, for example from PC 0, I'm going to access it.com means some HTML pages, already the HTML pages is available, the HTML pages is going to come there. Okay, it will be, okay, we are going to get that HTML page. So this HTML pages also you can edit, or you can add some, okay, new HTML page if you want, you can add it to this. Okay, so you can try all that. Okay, you can create a new HTML page and you can try to access that. If you want to delete something from here, for any HTML page, if you want to delete, you can delete it. Okay, I'm not going to do that. My intention is how to okay, enable it and how to access it now. So this is how we can configure the HTTP. So the HTTP, sorry, yeah, the HTTP machine, that means the web server. So configuring the web server is now completed. So this is step number 3. Then step number 4, configuring the DNS machine. Okay, so you know about the DNS machine. So what is the purpose? What is the primary aim, objective of the DNS machine means? So the DNS machine is going to convert the name into domain mapping. It is going to map the name into to the domain and the domain to the name. Okay, that means the reverse. So what does that means? You can convert. Okay, it will convert your IP address. Okay, it will convert your IP address into the domain name, or the domain name into the IP address. Okay, for example, www.it.com. If I give it.com, automatically the it.com will be converted into 50.0.0.1. So we have to, okay, already we have to fix this in the DNS machine. Okay, that is called creating the records. So let me go to the DNS machine. So in this machine, you can see the services. Here there are plenty of services available. So which service I need means I need the DNS service I need. Okay, DNS service. So by default, the DNS service is switched off here. So I want to make it on. We will do it later. We have to create a record. So what is the name of the record means? The record is RR record. Okay, RR. So I'm going for resource records. I'm going to create the record. So what is the name of my domain means? Okay, www. Okay, this is the name, www.it.com. Okay, this is the name of my domain. What is IP address of that? The IP address of this machine is 50.0.0.1. Okay, then I'm going to add it. So if I add it, so this information is added in the DNS machine. So I'm going to add one more thing. Okay, for example, www.facebook.com. So this is the name of the domain. So for facebook.com, let it be the IP address, okay, 56.4.3.2.1. Okay, this is the IP address. I'm going to add it here. So what is that means? So every domain, okay, the IP address will be added here. So there are some hierarchy available, okay, levels available. Okay, your internet service provider will take care of it. Okay, zonal, subzonal. Okay, there is a root. There are plenty of concepts available inside the DNS itself. It's a very big concept actually. Okay, so now we created the records for facebook.com and it.com. For these two things, okay, I created the the records I created. Okay, so this is the the fourth step. So configuring the DNS machine. Okay, now I'm going for the last step. Step number 5 is, okay, you need a routing protocol. So without the routing protocol, okay, you cannot communicate from one network to another network. So there are 6 networks available here. If I want to communicate, okay, 10 network, if I want to communicate from 10 network to 60 network, I cannot. If I want to access the it.com from PC 0 to it.com, if I want to access this, I cannot. Okay, I cannot access it. So what I have to do, I have to enable a RIP protocol. Okay, I have to enable a RIP protocol. So once if I enable the RIP protocol, then only I can access from PC 0 to the machines. So without routing protocol, you are not going to move from one network to the another network unless if it is directly connected. So if it is directly connected, no problem. Okay, that means from network 10 to network 20, you can communicate. From 20 to 10, you can communicate. But from 10 to 40, you cannot communicate. Okay, without the routing protocol. So the routing protocols, there are plenty of routing protocols available. Okay, like distance vector routing protocol, link state routing protocol, hybrid routing protocol. For all these protocols, we are having, okay, some set of examples. If you take a distance vector, there are some examples available. Link state, okay, some examples available. So here what I'm going to do means I'm going to use a very simple, okay, routing protocol. The name of the routing protocol is RIP, R-I-P, okay, RIP protocol I'm going to use. So RIP is a distance vector routing protocol. Okay, RIP is a distance vector routing protocol. So RIP protocol only I'm going to configure in this place, okay, for this topology diagram. Okay, now how to configure the RIP? You can configure in many ways, but in Packet Tracer it's very simple. Okay, they are just making it very simple for us. So what is that? How to do it? You can click the router 0, then you can go to routing and you can see the RIP. So RIP, this is the, okay, option I'm going to click. Now, what is the network you need? You can add the networks. So here, what you have to do means you have to see the directly connected networks. Okay, so with router 0, what are the directly connected networks? 10 network is directly connected, 20 network is directly connected. So this networks only you have to add it here. So now, so 10 network, 10.0.0.0, this is the network directly connected here. I'm going to add it. And then this side I have 20. So 20 network is directly connected, 20.0.0.0, I'm going to add it. So only directly connected networks we have to add. So this concept is called advertising. Okay, advertising our networks. So what you have, every router is going to do the advertisement. Okay, so 10 network, 20 network. Okay, I have 10 and 20. It is going to broadcast this data to the next. So in this router, there are 3 networks directly connected. If you take router 1, there are 3 networks directly connected. What are they? 30 network is directly connected, 20 network is directly connected, and 40 network is directly connected. So these 3 networks I'm going to advertise here. So go to the router 1. I'm going for the RIP protocol. So directly connected networks here. Okay, you can just have a look here, 20, 30, and 40. So 20 network is directly connected, 20.0.0.0. So this is the network directly connected. Then 30 network is directly connected, 30.0.0.0. Then 40 network is directly connected, 40.0.0.0. So these are the networks directly connected in this network, in this router. Now let me go to the next router. So this is the last router, router 3. So there are 3 networks directly connected here, 40, 50, and 60. Okay, so all the 3 networks I'm going to do the advertise, or I'm going to include it in the RIP protocol. So go to the RIP. So here 3 networks. So one is the 40.0.0.0. Then the next one is the 50 network, 15.0.0.0. Okay, add it. And 60 network, 60.0.0.0. So these are the 3 networks, okay, directly connected here. Now, so almost all the 5 things we have completed here. So configuring the DHCP, okay, DNS, web server, okay, and then RIP protocol. So everything we configured in this. So 5 different steps we completed. First step, we started with designing the IP address. Second step, we assigned the IP address. Third step, we configured, okay, the web server. The fourth, DNS. Then the fifth one is a RIP protocol. Okay, so with the first step in the assigning IP address itself, we have done the DHCP. Okay, so these are the 5 steps, okay, we completed here. Now almost the topology is ready now. Okay, the next one, the last step is you have to verify the connectivity. Okay, so I'm going for the last step, step number 6. Okay, connecting the, or verifying the connectivity, so whether it is reachable or not. Okay, we have to verify it. So so the DNS service, I didn't make it on. So make the DNS service on. Okay, so if you just make the DNS service on, automatically, so this machine is going to work. Okay, the DNS is going, this machine is going to provide the DNS service. Okay, now, so let me go for the step number 6, that is connectivity, checking the connectivity. Okay, so I'm going to check the connectivity. How you can check the connectivity means you can go to any PC. Okay, take PC 0. Now I'm going for the web browser. So from the web browser, I'm going to type, okay, so the name of the this domain. Okay, that means www www.it.com. Okay, so this is the name of the domain. So if you type www.it.com, automatically it is bringing the web page. So how it is working? So if you give www.it.com, so first the PC0 is going to communicate with the DNS machine. Okay, it is going to communicate with the DNS machine. From the DNS machine, okay, it is going to bring the IP address. Okay, it is going to bring the IP address of, okay, it.com. So what, okay, after getting the IP address, so PC0 is going to have a TCP connection. It is going to establish a TCP connection with it.com. Then by using the HTTP protocol, okay, so HTML documents will be transferred to this particular PC. Okay, these are the steps. Now we are going to see this, okay, how it is working. Okay, all these steps we can see by using the simulation. Okay, so let me go to the simulation. So in the simulation, so you can go for the show all or none. Okay, you can remove all. Okay, it will, by default it will show all the protocols. Okay, it will show all the protocols. You don't need to have all the protocols. So what you can do means you can click show all or none. None means you can deselect everything. Okay, so remove all the protocols, go to the edit filters and select only the protocol which you need. Okay, so I'm going for the edit filters. So here I need DNS. Okay, I want to see how the DNS is working. I need ICMP. So ICMP means this is going to be like it is used for the ping commands. Your ping command is, okay, using the ICMP protocol only. So I'm going for the ICMP. So the remaining protocols you can just see here. So we don't want the, okay, any routing protocol and all. Now let me go to the IPv6. In IPv6, okay, we no need to select anything. We are not using any IPv6 IP address here, only IPv4. Now I'm going for the miscellaneous, the others. So here I'm going to select, okay, you can see HTTP protocol I want to see here. Then I want to see, okay, TCP and UDP. This is going to be the basic. Okay, this is the basic in the layer 4. Okay, and HTTP. Only this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 protocols I selected, and I'm going to close this pop-up window. Now you can see DNS is selected, HTTP is selected, ICMP, TCP and UDP. Okay, these are the protocols I selected here. Now, so we are going to see how the packets are moving here. So you can take any PC. So let me take the same PC0, go to the web browser. So in the web browser, I'm going to type www.it.com. Okay, it.com. So this is the name of our site. So let me just keep it here. Now I'm going to, okay, I'm just going to give OK. Then I'm going to click the play button. So click go and you can give the play button. So and you can see, okay, how packets are moving. So the first one, the DNS packet is started. From PC0, the DNS packet is going to the DNS server, okay, to find the IP address, okay, to find the IP address of it.com. Now, so the DNS machine is providing the IP address, okay, it is going to provide the IP address. The IP address will be given to PC0. Okay, IP address will be given to PC0. So PC0 got the IP address of it.com. Now, so PC0 will establish a TCP connection. Okay, it will establish a TCP connection with, okay, it.com. So you know the TCP connection. So it is going to be a unicast. Okay, it is 1 to 1. Okay, it is going to communicate. So a TCP connection will be established. So once the TCP connection is established, then it can send, okay, it can send the HTML documents, okay, the HTML pages. So HTML pages will be transferred, okay, by using the HTTP protocol. Okay, still you can see there is nothing available in the browser. Okay, we are not getting any output here in the browser. So the browser, okay, it's not displaying anything. Okay, it could not display anything because the HTML packet, HTML page is not coming. So it is establishing a TCP connection. Okay, TCP connection is established now. Then by using the HTTP protocol. So it's going to use the HTTP protocol. So using the HTTP protocol, the HTML documents will be transferred, or the HTML pages will be transferred from the server, okay, from the server it.com to the PC0. So now you can see the HTML pages, okay, HTML pages getting transferred from the server from it.com, okay. So the pages now getting transferred. Now you can see the browser now, so you will get the HTML page here. So once if it reaches, okay, the PC0, you can find the output here. Okay, so I got the output here. So that means the HTML pages are getting transferred. Okay, it is connected. So this is how the things are working here. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. Keep watching.